Well, just some other news now. Stock markets around the world are rallying after the trade war between the two top economies on the planet took a surprising turn, a truce. Take a look at these pictures. You might not think there had been months of rhetoric and retaliation between the presidents of the US and China. But they now say they'll hold off on tariffs and try to settle their differences by talking. Well, that breakthrough came at the G20 summit over the weekend. Take a look at the Dow right now. You can see that less than an hour into the trading day, already up over 300 points. Well, Julia Chatterley is at the world's financial epicenter, the New York Stock Exchange. Good to see you, Julia. Certainly this pause on the trade war having a positive impact this morning there.
Yeah, a trade truce, white flags flying at the G20 over the weekend and investors clearly loving it. You were just showing the Dow there, Lynda. Let me show you all of the markets here because there's a broad array of stocks that we've been watching for the last few months that have come under pressure in light of these. And we're seeing gains across the board, whether it's the S&P 500, whether it's the tech-heavy NASDAQ too, as you can see there, gains of 1.4% right now. Investors don't like uncertainty. That's the message here. When you take out some of the uncertainty, and that's what this truce has done, investors like it. You need to understand the details of this, though, to understand why perhaps these gains could be short-lived. Within the contours, there's now a 90-day reprieve. The tariffs that we expected to kick in January now won't. So they'll remain at 10% rather than rising to 25%. That leaves a 3-month window for China to agree to buy more energy products from the United States, more agricultural products, also some kind of agreement over protections of intellectual property, of patent protections here in the United States too. So a lot of people are saying this is a pause, a sigh of relief for the markets here. But hey, Lynda, I have to say, just 90 days to agree some of these crucial things like patent protections. You have to be a little bit skeptical here, but for now, investors aren't.
You certainly do, because China hasn't given any detail as to how much they're willing to buy from the US. There's a lot to work out. This is certainly an ambitious timeline, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an ambitious plan, and I think we have to take a step back here and understand that there have been promises made in the past. There are going to be huge challenges here. Even if you get some kind of agreement over the next 90 days, I doubt it will be concrete. But Stephen Mnuchin came out of these meetings, and he's the Treasury Secretary, of course, and he said, look, there are going to be challenges. We're going to have to take this in the short term, in the medium term. But as far as the relationship between these two presidents are concerned, this is as good as it's been in 1.5 years. So let's look at the silver linings here and the progress that's been made, and perhaps ignore for now some of the broader difficulties, and there are plenty.
There certainly are, yeah. We'll focus on the positive right now. Julia Chatterley, good to have you with us. Thanks so much. Well, still to come, President Macron extends an olive branch. But will it make a dent in the protests that have been rocking France? We're going to go live to Paris next. And 2 months after the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, we'll have an exclusive report that offers clues about why he was killed.